everybody, it's Animu Games 101 here again, and today we're going to play Sakura's Spirit. Now, I know this game came out a while back, but I'm also playing Sakura Beach, which just came out, and so I decided that I want to just play this other game because, you know, it's in the by the same makers. So, yeah, with that, we're gonna start the game. Every person has a dream they wish to pursue. Yet as people grow up, they often come to realize the truth. Dreams are nothing more than fairy tales. At least, that's what most people say. Then what about those who do end up accomplishing their dreams? Are they merely incredibly lucky?
Every man has a dream he wants to accomplish. However, there is something really important you should know, my boy. A real man does not give up on his dream, no matter what overwhelmingly chances he might have to face.
I still remember those foolish words my dad used to say, but despite their silly nature, I found myself inspired by them. Ever since I was a young child, I had been interested in martial arts. It didn't matter whether I watched a match on television or read a manga about some heroic martial artist. It has always been my dream to become a martial artist one day. Of course, it was a bit childish for me to think that I could become a hero simply by learning martial arts. Even though I already understood that superheroes were nothing more than figments of my imagination, I still had the desire to use my strength for the sake of others. My name is Gushiken Takahiro, a 17-year-old rising judo star. And no, that's not me bragging. I'm actually about to take part in a tournament 2 weeks from now that could make or break my career on an international level. Of course, I was excited about the opportunity to finally accomplish my dreams and represent my country at a sport that I loved. But the same excitement also made me feel incredibly nervous. And while those worrisome thoughts haunted my mind, a familiar voice resounded from outside the window. Oi, Taka-kun, get your butt in gear! Okay, I'll be right there, Koyomi. Not wanting to keep Koyomi waiting, I quickly dashed towards the front door to let her in, not even realizing that I was still in my pajamas. Hold on a second, Koyomi, gotta grab my shoes before we head off to school. Really? I never realized our school had a strict uniform or sleepwear policy. Nice jammies, by the way. Did you borrow them from your mom? Oh, burn! For a moment, my eyes drifted downwards. Noticing that I was indeed wearing my pajamas, I let out a groan of annoyance and marched back towards my room. Bah! There's nothing wrong with my jammies. The Golden Knight is a famous comic book hero in the West. Besides, not everyone prefers to sleep naked like you. Mumbling those words, I started tripping out of my clothes, not particularly minding the presence of the girl behind me. That only happened once! You know very well it's super hot that night, and geez, one before you showed up naked in front of me, you idiot! You didn't seem to mind it when we were little. Maybe you want me to turn around instead? Ooh. No! Stop! Don't make me kick your ass! I decided I had teased her enough and quickly pulled on my pants, proceeding with the remaining few items of clothing where I was suitably dressed for school. Besides, I had a reason for being so distracted. You've been distracted a lot lately. What's going on in that hollow skull of yours? It's an upcoming match. I have no idea how anyone can remain calm when an international career is at stake. I wouldn't be surprised if it had made up enough doomsday scenarios to fill up the genre. Oh right, the judo thing. I'm sure you'll do fine. I've seen some of your matches, and you kick butt. And of course, if you're really worried, you could always pray.
Pray?
What? Don't tell me you don't know. It's one of the school legends. Apparently there's some shrine out in the forest that, if you pray to it, brings you good luck. Ichikawa-san said that his sister prayed to it the night before exam, and she got a perfect score. A shrine that said to bring you good luck? Sounds like bogus to me. But at this point, I'm willing to try anything, I guess. I'll ask Ichikawa about the location. I'm not exactly in the mood to get lost in the forest and end up a modern day Tarzan. Excuse me. Well, whatever. If you do go looking, at least send me a message to let me know. And will you hurry up? We're going to be late. Again! A hero is never too early, nor are they too late. They arrive precisely when they are needed. Sure. But for the sake of avoiding detention, let's hurry. Such a cool line! And falls flat the next sentence. That's a wizard, not a hero genius. How can one person be such a sports nerd and such a geek at the same time? I forgot to switch my voicing over. Let's not forget the Casanova and Man of the Year candidate bits. They're important details.
I doubt you qualify for either of them, Pajama Boy.
Anyway, let us boldly go where everyone has gone before. To school. The Star Trek references are real.
Nerd!
Several hours later. ... More dots. ... Later that day, I finally got a chance to talk to my classmate about the location of the shrine that Kayomi had mentioned earlier. Gym was the last thing on the schedule for the day, so once people got ready to go home, I approached the guy. Hey Ichikawa, is it true that your sister discovered some shrine that is said to bring you good luck? Oh ho ho! Let me guess, you want to date her. Well, even though I do admit that she's very attractive, I'm afraid she's already going out with someone. Not to mention, you're not her type. Ouch. I already got my hands full dealing with Kayomi. You can keep your sister to yourself. Joke aside, I'm more interested in that shrine. Did she mention where she found it? I didn't know there was anything near this forest aside from the dojo. Oh well, she said something about it being near a river and quite high up. To be honest, I wasn't paying too much attention when she was going on about it. I mean, she was wearing this top and it was tight and... Stop. I seriously don't need to hear the details. And I doubt anyone else is interested. So do you know anyone who might have heard about the shrine? Wait, so this guy is a syscon then? Great. Are you guys talking about that lucky shrine out in the forest? The one and only. According to Ichikawa's sister, there's supposed to be one near a river. I don't know about that, but there's this fiery girl at the Sakura dojo who knows more about it. Wait, are you talking about Irie-sama? About this tall, ridiculously strong and super... About this tall, ridiculously strong and super scary? Yeah, that one! Oh, in that case, I believe I can still be of help. Takahiro-kun, I know where that place is. Of course you do. We both do. You just want to tag along, don't you? I don't think Aria-senpai will appreciate you visiting with usual tricks in mind. Do I need to remind you what happened last time you tried to peek at her after she finished practice? Blood, sweat, and tears. Shut up! I don't peep on ladies. That's slander, you know. I should sue you. I would never look upon Aria-sama's glorious body in any state of nudity. Oh, so you haven't seen her naked yet? I've seen a bit of side boob, but the hole I found didn't really let me get a good view of. There we go. Someone call the cops. Ichikawa, the peeping Tom, has confessed. I playfully patted Ichikawa's shoulder as I turned around, grabbing my bag in the process and prepared to leave. Thanks for the tip, Ichikawa. I'll let the judge know you're most helpful during the interrogation. This is unfair. I was coerced. I won't say another word until I speak with my lawyer. ... More dots. Once school was over, I decided to take my chance with a little bit of intel I had managed to obtain from my classmates. If memory served me right, Aria-senpai would be practicing at the dojo today. Of course I knew her. She's a judo student just like myself, but for whatever reason, she had been refusing to compete in any tournament for a while now. Aria-senpai, are you, around? I shouted her name as I parked my bike, looking around for any sign of the girl.
Hua! Yeah! Yeah!
Heh. Follow the shouts and you will find her. I grinned briefly as I saw Aria seemingly in the middle of practicing a series of motions, almost as if she was fighting an imaginary opponent. Perhaps now was a perfect opportunity to surprise her a little? I snuck close and making sure to make as little noise as possible, before I reached a hand toward her shoulder. Aria! Feeling a hand on her shoulder, Aria reacted. She grabbed hold of my hand, and with a loud grunt, shifted her weight, curling and tipping me over her shoulder. I'd have time to brace myself for the impact before I hit the ground like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah! No one sneaks up on the great Kunichi... Konnichiwa, Arya.
Oh! Taka Boy! I didn't realize it was you. I'm sorry. Are you okay? Koinichi? More like Tasmanian devil. I thought it'd have a shred of mercy in it.
There's no mercy in the ring, Taka Boy. Before that you learn that... But... Better that you learn that now than in 2 weeks' time. Let me guess. You want to do some sparring, don't ya?
I actually came here to ask you something, but I guess a little sparring wouldn't hurt.
Oh yeah? What do you want to ask? We got all afternoon, and I could do with a bit of break anyway.
Where to start? You used to take part in a big and important matches in the past, right? Didn't you ever get nervous before going into the ring?
Yeah. Ha! This one time, I got so nervous I hid in the kitchen cupboards until my dad found me and dragged me to the car. Of course, that was when I was like, 8.
Well, obviously I can't go hide for my match, but one of my friends made the stupid suggestion that I go and pray for something. Honestly, at this point, I'll do anything to calm my nerves a little.
Taka Boy, are you sure about this?
You mean the match?
Of course I am.
I've been practicing judo ever since I was old enough to walk. This is my chance to finally represent this country and the sport I love. I seemed to think for quite a long time, all the while tapping her jaw with a finger. Eventually, she snapped her fingers and grabbed a tight hold of me.
Alright, I'll tell you the way to the shrine I know. What's going to require more than a simple clap of your hands and bob of your head? You need to give something to the shrine, something of value.
I guess I'll have to think of something before we get there. Thanks, Senpai. I appreciate your help.
Well, oh, no, Taka Boy, I'm not going with you. I've got training to do. Besides, you gotta take the step yourself. I can draw you a map and show you an easy way to get back here, but you'll be on your own.
You're not tagging along? Not even for a little while?
Afraid so, Taka Boy. Let me just grab some paper. I'll draw that map for you.
After Arya's return, quick preparations were made, and I followed the directions noted down on the map. Surprisingly, it wasn't all that far. However, the hint on how to find my way back in case I got lost was a bit sketchy. Just look down and you'll be able to see the roof of the dojo from anywhere on the hill. The forest near the dojo was my first challenge to overcome. A narrow path coiled along the trees, and nearby was the river Ichikawa's sister had mentioned. I followed Arya's scribbles with a bit of skepticism, but after an hour or so, I finally arrived at the supposedly legendary shrine. The shrine itself was seemingly surprisingly well maintained, despite being in the middle of nowhere. It made me wonder if someone could be secretly living here. Perhaps some secret martial artist master? The thought of a hermit living and hiding within the shrine in order to prepare himself for an upcoming battle between good and evil started to dwell in my mind. I guess it's too good to be true, though. I sighed in annoyance at the fact that, aside from the shrine itself, the grounds surrounding it seemed completely abandoned. There was no way anyone could be living here. For the time being, I decided to focus on the reason behind my visit. It took only a few moments before I gathered the courage to approach the building. Once inside, I found a rather fancy-looking altar of sorts at the back of the room. I guess it's the things everyone's talking about. Silently, I pulled up the map I had been given. Putting it inside my bag, I approached the altar. I was kind of skeptical about the whole religious aspect, so I wasn't too sure if this was actually going to work. I don't even think luck will do me as much good in this match like this. In my opinion, there wasn't any room for things like luck in martial arts. Judo is all about the knowledge you have gained through training. Of course, a good amount of talent also helps. There was simply no room for something as superstitious as luck. Clearly this was going to be a match where my experience and talent would be pushed to the limits, nothing more and nothing less. How cute. No. What voice should I give her? I don't know. I'm terrible with female voices. How curious. This boy doesn't believe in superstition, and yet he stands here, surrounded by the very thing he denounces. Upon hearing the voice, I looked around, trying to find the source, but there was no one to be seen. Who's there? Quite the cliched question, but the right thing is to ask, where am I? What are you talking about? Show yourself. Not yet. Entertain me for a little while longer, would you? This is a place like no other. Why did you come here, if you do not believe in things such as luck? I came here to prepare myself. Oh, do enlighten me about the something that you are enlighten me about what the something might be that you are preparing yourself for. There we go. Good grief. I felt a little bit annoyed at the questions continued. But maybe if I kept talking to her, I would be able to find out where she was hiding. Shield? Oh, there's a typo there. I'm preparing for a tournament. A judo match. Judo? What might that be? Seriously, you know what judo is? It's a highly skilled combat art. Aha! So you're a warrior. Hesitant to go into battle and came here in hope of finding the resolve to fight. I'm not so sure about that warrior part. How fortunate. It just so happened that there is need for one of your kind. My kind? A hero. This shrine brings fortune to heroes such as yourself. However, every great hero must sacrifice something in return. Sounds like what the others mentioned. Your version sounds better, though. Laughing briefly at the story, I just had to play along and clap my hands together in prayer. So what next? Do I offer up my allowance or something? Don't be silly. Money is of little importance to a hero. For you, the sacrifice will be something of much greater value. I'll be looking forward to seeing what destiny has in store for you. As if on cue, I began to feel nauseated the moment the girl's words reached my ears. My head began spinning wildly. Slowly, I staggered backwards, collapsing onto my back. As my vision grew blurry, the sound of approaching footsteps could be heard. Whoa, mama! Damn! Oh, she's hot. Good luck, hero. You're going to need it. Despite my attempts to get back up, all I could manage was a brief look at the girl. You know, if I was better at voice acting, I'd give her more of like a sultry voice, but, well, I don't, so. The sights of horns and the tail left many questions. Before I had a chance to utter even a single word, my consciousness succumbed to the darkness. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. And more dots. Rays of sunlight stirred me back to life. A groan of annoyance leaving my mouth while I tried to get back onto my feet. I felt a bit dizzy, but the first thing I noticed was that I was no longer at the shrine. Instead, it looked like the forest near the dojo. Of course, my first thought was to look around to see if I could find the girl from before. But not a trace of her presence remained. To make things even stranger, the path that I had followed amidst the trees seemed better maintained than I remembered. I should probably head home. That thought was cut short when the sound of several female voices could be heard nearby.
Get back here! Hikage, stop them at once!
Just what do you think I'm doing? I'm chasing them. I'm trying. No.
Just what do you think I'm doing? I'm chasing them. I'm trying to stop them. Nyahaha! I think they know what's missing, One-sama.
Keep running, little one, and no.
What is a mature voice?
Keep running, little one, and we might just make it.
Just when I thought this day couldn't get any weirder, the sound of heavy footfalls could be heard nearby. Wow. All that plot in this picture is just amazing. What in the world is going on here? Well, I see 4 cute girls, 2 of them that look rather pissed actually, and the other 2 have adorable fox ears, I guess? Yeah. Further ahead, I saw a couple girls in fast pursuit of even more girls. However, there was something off about this scene. Something that didn't make any sense. The girls being chased had the ears and tail of an animal, and the pursuers appeared to be armed with a katana and a naginata. You conniving fox, come back here at once! Return to what you stole immediately! Give me back my panties! Hikage, how could you say something out loud like that?
Ha ha ha! Panties! Panties!
Haha! Oh no! Help! Save us from the rampaging women!
Okay. As I watched the girls run off, I couldn't help but find myself struggling with the decision just to leave them be. Yeah, in a situation like that, that's probably a wise idea. While I didn't know what in the world was going on, the two girls armed with the rather realistic looking props, surely it couldn't be real, had me worried. I couldn't very well call myself a hero if I let something like this go by without acting. I'm so going to regret this. Mumbling in annoyance, I chased after the girls. Hikage, go around to the left! I'm mixing all their voices up, but whatever, I'll figure it out.
Right!
I said left! Why do you always undermine me? I wasn't saying right,
You know what, never mind, just run after them.
As I was chasing the girls, I noticed that the trees seemed to be getting denser, making it gradually more difficult to navigate along the path.
Onisama, I don't think I can run much more. I'm starting to feel a bit...
Just a little longer, Maiko-chan. We're almost... Maiko, not that! Not now!
I'm sorry, Onisama.
Scissor attack! I arrived just in time to find a scene taken straight from an action movie. The girl with the blonde hair collapsed, held in her companion's protective embrace. The two armed girls were approaching them, almost unmistakably, with killing instincts running amok. Any seasoned martial artist would have felt it. Those girls are going to be in for a beating if I didn't stop them. We got you now, thieves. I'm gonna personally drag your sorry butts back to town and have you both put in the stocks. Maybe I'll even show you how it feels to run around without any undies on.
Yeah, although, I must admit, having a breeze down there does feel kinda nice. Keeps me feeling fresh and tingly.
Oh my god. I like this Naginata girl.
Hikage, goodness, don't you have any shame? This is about you, it's about our undergarments stolen, and these two criminals being brought to justice. Onisama, it hurts. My head hurts.
It's going to be okay, little one. Hey guards, if you're so desperate to have your underwear back, then here, catch. Stop right there. However, before I was able to interrupt the conversation, the silver-haired girl tossed something into the air. Whatever it was flying straight towards my head. The two samurai girls instantly grew flustered. Ugh, I can't see. Who the hell tosses a... Peeling the eyes off my face, I raised them into the air, looking like a professor examining an important sample while the thieves made their escape. A pink bra and lacy black panties. Ooh. Oh boy, I knew this wasn't going to end well. Yeah, probably wouldn't. You there. Are you in cahoots with these crafty foxes? And hand back those immediately. Those are evidence of crime and not for anyone else to touch.
Drop the panties now!
I'm innocent until proven guilty. It's one of the golden rules of the court. Just stop pointing those weapons at me so I can hand over your undies without being turned into a shish kebab.
What? No, stop! Shut up! Just drop the evidence and walk away!
I'm
Tsukino Mio, the chief of the village guards, and I'm ordering you to drop that what you're holding right now!
I don't know of any village guards. I seriously doubt a cop would go around dressed like that, wielding a katana. More importantly, the ground here is muddy and dirty. Are you sure I should drop the evidence here? I mean, I could, but...
Hiya!
Before I could react, the pink-haired girl lunged towards me, the pointy end of her naginata aiming for my gut. My reflexes caught on just in time, and I was able to palm away the spear as it sailed through the air. I struck upwards on the wooden shaft of the weapon, sending it up into the air and causing the girl to lose her balance. Narumi, I did not order you to attack! Fine, I'll give him back. Gee, just might like to find a bunch of crazy girls with weapons. As swinging the hand that held the undies, I tried to hand him over, something that I would soon end up regretting.
Yeah! You think I would fall for something so simple? Fool! You may have fooled me once, but I won't let that happen again!
The woman flung her weapon wide, arcing the thick wooden pole into my side before I could dodge. She lunged forward and grabbed me tightly, pulling my arms around behind my back, leaving me with sore ribs and in a prone position. I could have fought back, but I figured it only lead to more fighting. With the possibility of ending up stabbed, I decided to remain passive. Sword-wielding girl stepped forward and grabbed the silky underwear from my hand triumphantly.
Your methods might be crude, but they do get results, Hikage. Tie him up, we'll bring him in for questioning. He probably knows where those pesky thieves are hiding.
Right. And people wonder why criminals want to resist arrest at all costs. I remember this weekly as a girl with a noggin and tied my wrist together with rope, and I soon felt myself dragged by the duo towards the city. Surely, once we get out of the forest, she will stop this activist and let me go, right? As much as I like to fool around, I have more important things to do.
The city? Huh! We're not taking it all the way up there. We'll be spending the night in the village cell, thief!
Who are you calling a thief? I'm the victim!
First, I get undies tossed in my face, and I had to deal with physical abuse, and now these accusations? Besides, there's no village around here these parts. It's a city, you know, Sakuna's Toshi.
Silence, Hokage!
Silence! Hokage, if he speaks again before he gets to the village, grab my permission to knock him unconscious.
The tsundere tyrant.
That's funny.
And that's how I ended up on my way to a jail cell, cuffed and dragged by two girls, both who I started to suspect they were crazy. When we exited the forest, alarms set off in my mind. The city I had lived in my whole life was gone. Well, interesting story so far. But yes, as for now, I'm going to leave this episode here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll come out with the next episode sometime soon. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. So bye.